never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. TGIF, guys. And here we are. Another day, another dollar, another holla. Hope you guys are doing good today, or as well as you can, right? Hey, Marianne, good to see you. Hey, Shauna. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Yes, please subscribe. We would really appreciate it. At least hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Leave that DNA. It would be so appreciative. Hey, Seth, it's raining. Finally, right? Looking forward to it. Well, I'm looking forward to it too, Lori. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Hey, Kimberly. Orbs in the house. Mrs. K's daughter is here. Good afternoon, Mrs. K's daughter. April is here. Hey, April. Good to see you, babe. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Jill. What's up, girl? How's it going, guys? How are you guys today? It's been a week, right? It's been a hell of a week for Sebastian's army. It's pouring down. Sounds wonderful. Yep. How can I donate for Tony? Well, I've already sent, if anybody wants, if you want to donate, here's what we can do. If you guys still want to send something else, because we've already sent wind chimes, but if you want to send something else to Dana, I'm perfectly fine with that. I wanted to also get her a lantern, maybe, get her a lantern or get her something else. The wind chimes were pretty beautifully, sound beautifully. But if we wanted to get anything, yeah, we could plant a tree. But if you guys want to donate, I can set that aside. Y'all just let me know. But we've already, we did already send something. And I think she's got so much going on that it could, I'm thinking maybe let's just give it some time, maybe give it a couple of weeks, and around mid-May, we'll send her something else again. We could send her something else. But I don't know. I'm thinking right now she's probably got so much going on, so much stuff to go through that maybe we just won't give her anything else. Or you can plant a tree. So the memorial on Tony's obituary, there's a place where you can order and you can plant a tree by yourself. So I don't know. Cree Designs, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Or some food. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking that would be something maybe when everybody clears out, because right now everything is hectic. And I heard that there were over 1,000 people at Tony's funeral. It was, or his service. So that service was absolutely, I heard it was phenomenal. It was wild. Lots and lots and lots of people that were there giving their respects for Tony. And wow. I remember when my stepson passed away, it was that way too. It was standing. People were having to stand. They were over capacity. People couldn't even come in when Josh when Josh died. So that's, what a legacy, right? What a legacy that Tony left. All those people who come together. Wild. Yeah, there is the memorial, the obituary, and you can plant a tree if you want to. I think that there was like 65 or something like that the last that we checked, and that was the day before the service. So there's no telling how many trees have now been planted in his memory. So sweet, so sweet. But yeah, it just goes to show you how many people, like, really, you know, people that we wouldn't even have heard of. It's not Tony had a life outside of YouTube and, Sebastian Rogers and Caleb Harris case. He had a whole life, whole family and friends and, coworkers, colleagues. So, wow. But I wanted to come on today and just talk about the astrology that is in orb that we are going to see. I know that, sometimes it can be redundant, but at the same time, I know that people need to hear it over and over again to retain it. Today, I am seeing that there is a shakeup with Donald Trump. There is a shakeup with Donald Trump. There's a shakeup with um, King Charles. And there is also a shakeup with one of our ships in Turkey. So, Turkey, Trump, King Charles, and the USS Abraham Lincoln all share this degree in which Uranus is activating, and Uranus is bringing abrupt changes, things that are taking place that are abrupt that you just don't see coming. And so I wanted to show you guys that on the astrology, because when we see these activations, there's something that's taking place. And we may not know it right now, but we will. What types of shakeups? Well, Uranus, I put out videos and lives, and Uranus is at a critical degree in Taurus. It's a 2955. So it's got 2956, 2957, 2958, 2959, and then it goes into a 00 in Gemini. So as we are making our way to this critical release in Taurus, Taurus is money, Taurus is values, Taurus is the Earth's resources. So we are seeing a shakeup with our Earth's resources. We could be seeing, like yesterday, we saw a 4.0 earthquake in Missouri. That's the New Madrid fault, right? And so that is what I'm talking about. Uranus being critical is going to shake things up. We could see major earthquakes over the next couple of days. We could see major things taking place with the Earth's resources, volcanoes. We could see massive coronal mass ejections. We could see solar flares that are going to be in the X. So it's critical. And as each planet, each planetary influence, even if it's an asteroid, a hypothetical, when it comes into a critical degree, we see it. There's patterns, right? The other thing too is today, I just put out a full moon in Scorpio video, and it took me a hot minute to get it done. My Canva doesn't work right. I mean, I'm just having problems, right? That's that Uranus in the fifth house. But I'm just having problems trying to get it all, edited, and it's just taking so much time. But anyway, if you notice the thumbnail, it's got Ghislaine Maxwell and it's got Dennis Rader. Dennis Rader, the BTK dude, and we know who Ghislaine Maxwell is as well. So what's going to happen is the end of April, we're going to see Pluto is going to be at a 5 degree and 30 minute. So this 530 degree is going to be in transit. It's going to be at the same degree. It's not going to move. Well, I mean, it's going to be retrograde. Then it's going to station, and then it's going to move forward. But as we are seeing this, it's going to be like 2 weeks that Pluto in Aquarius, which is a collective energy, Pluto in Aquarius is going to be at this 530 degree. And they both have the 530, not in Aquarius. And if there's any other charts that come, that I become aware of that have the 530 in it, I'll let you guys know. But so far, these two charts are looking very, very intense. And the reason why this is such an intensity is because also during this time of the full moon in Scorpio, there is what we call a finger of God. It's a yod. It's a yod aspect. And so that is also going to play a role in the collective energy. And we're going to be seeing a major transformation with groups. There could be so much, we've talked about it, like March was looking intense. April was looking intense. Well, so is May. And as far as I could see, August, going through August was so intense. It was just like, I mean, why even keep on going? It's just intense. Why? This is going to be a hell of a year, obviously. So let's look at the transits. Let's just get on, this. Let's just get this going so you can see what I'm seeing. Let me share my entire screen with you guys. Okay. Let's check this out, guys. Let's check it out. Let me see. Will it not go any? No, it's not going to go anymore. Okay. Maybe no, it's okay. All right. Here we go, guys. So let's look at the transits right now. Let's just look at the transits right now. And right now I can see, let's just talk it out. Let's talk it out. So right now we were rising with Virgo at a 110. That's Virginia. We are descending at a 112 in Pisces. And so we are rising with a ascendant of Virgo. And what is Virgo? Virgo's all about health. She is the, Astraea, the divine justice, who looks like a percentage sign. She is in Pisces. Well, her myth states that she was put as the constellation of Virgo in the sky. So the divine justice is on the descendant, which is interesting, very interesting indeed. And so what I want to do right now, while I'm thinking about it, is I want to just quickly look at, let me look at Dennis. Yes. Okay. So there is a wake-up call. There's a wake-up call. There is an investigation here with things that he owned, things of possessions. It could be like his journal or something like that. I don't know, but there is a wake-up. There's a wake-up call. There is a shake-up that is bringing a divine justice about things of the past. Things are taking place with him. Okay. Things are taking place with him. And it makes me wonder if he's about to pass away or if we're just going to see a new light, like things that are going to be coming about with him. And do you guys know who he is? Yes or no? Let me know if you know who he is. My light is going off like crazy right now. It's going, well, that was a trip. My light was blinking. Not all of my electricity, just my light. Just my light. I was wild. Hold on, let me get my other drink. And move my board. Move my boards around. All right. Now it feels like everything's in its place. Let's check this out. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. Oh, let me show you. We're going to look at him for just a second. And I've got some things I want to show you besides him. But this one is it's just tripping me out a little bit. Okay, let's see. Let's stop it here. The divine justice just came over. And now she is conjunct. She's still conjunct that descendant where we are descending with things of the past with him. and he's in, he's in jail, right? He's still in prison. Yeah, that's the energy flowing for sure. Okay, so check this out. Check this out. This is what I'm talking about. So what we're going to see is Pluto right now is at a 528, and it's like a 24-hour transit. It's going to go to 529, and then it's going to go to a 530, and it's just going to station. It's just going to sit there, okay? And when it does, it's going to activate any 530 in your chart or in someone else's chart. So this 530 is going to be activated with Neptune in the third house of Libra. And then his Eris is going to be activated in the ninth house of Aries, I'll bet in, the house of Pisces. So it's going to be this axis that is a 708, 708. And as you can see, we are going to be rising with that degree. It's going to come to a 708, and we're going to be rising with the third house and the ninth house. Okay. Okay. So we're going to be rising with that momentarily. And that's when it's really going to start picking up for Dennis Rader. We do have a 428 that is in transit right now, and the 428 definitely goes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has that 428. He shares it with Gavin Newsom. He also shares it with Canada. That 428 with Hygeia and Cancer, it's about home. It's about how we bring in money. It could be about real estate. It could be about land. But there's a lot of disordered aggression that Donald Trump has right now. And as you can see, the moon right now is in Leo. So the moon is reflecting children. The moon is reflecting children. It's reflecting things that are in the public eye. It could be reflecting any type of competitiveness, lots of attention, lots of energy that is reflecting with ego as well. I can also I see so much, guys. I see so much. But let's stick with his chart, and then I'm gonna go to the shakeup that I'm seeing with Trump and with the USS Abraham Lincoln. So what's going to happen is we are looking at a wake-up call. There is an investigation because Pallas is an investigator, Pallas Athena. She's an investigator. And she and Australia, they are in conversation. There's an activation here with an investigation with justice from the past. Okay, because it's in Pisces. And Pisces it's about acceptance, it's about endings. There's also things I see going on at the same time with Sebastian Rogers' case. And this 428 is his moon, and his mother is having this relationship. There's a relationship that is reigniting a flame from the past. Interesting. Well, I wonder if Katie's watching this. She's watching something. Interesting. Interesting. She's watching something, it looks like. There's a reigniting of a flame with a relationship. The 2933, that's going to be a 2934. It could be that we are seeing there's a shakeup with investigation with Terry Bowersox. Could be people are talking about his past addictions with, the rugs, something like that. Let's see. I can't believe I'm seeing that. Can't believe I'm seeing that. And it would appear that there is a transformation with the TBI. There's a transformation with the TBI with one of the cases that they're working, or perhaps more than one. And that 2522 that Eris is at, that's the so it looks like that the TBI and Cruella Bowersox money, things that maybe her devices. Anyway, there's a reigniting of a flame with the investigations, with things that are taking place or have taken place with Sebastian at his home, having to do with his mom. It looks like the TBI, Sebastian and the Bower socks are definitely in transit right now. Let me pull up Sebastian. Shut. Well, let's pull him up. We'll go ahead and pull up Maddie, Cruella. Let's go ahead and pull Sebastian up. There he is. Oh, here we go. Let's look at this. Let's look. Okay, so we know that his moon, that's reflecting mom, it's reflecting home, and we are reflecting in the 11th house of groups with friends, associates, things. Let's see. So that's activating his moon at home land. Katie has a reigniting of a flame, a lot of transformation that has taken place in the public eye. We got Terry Bower socks. And then there's going to be a reigniting of a flame here. It's going to make contact with his, I'm just talking this through. Mars is going to come to the 1143 and activate things that he has learned, things of the past, his everyday. I'm just talking this out. Hold on. Because we see the TBI, we see Sebastian, we see Cruella and her husband, Katie. Interesting. And then there's a breakup with communications here in the 10th house with the Virgin Islands. And we know that she did go to the Virgin Islands. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it. That's a trip. Vulcan is going to come to that 1143 that Sebastian has. There's going to be information coming in. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. 1143. Let's look at that. Let's see. When will that take place? That's going to take place at 4 o'clock. I mean, to be exact, it's going to be at 4:18. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. 4:18. Come on. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Let's look at this. Let's look at this with the FBI. Let me pull up Katie too. Hold on. Oh, God. Well, I didn't expect this. Let's see. I'm in the rabbit hole now, guys. You're going to have to bear with me here. Power socks. Looks like maybe they're going, maybe this is the end of, end of the month type of thing where they review, because it looks like the FBI is also involved with this. Maybe there's some type of review. Maybe they're having some type of review end of the month. I don't know. Let me pull up. Did I bring up the FBI yet? Yeah, the FBI. Okay. Okay, so watch this. Let's look at Katie first. Put this at 4 o'clock and see if we can see anything. 441. That's not it. Shit. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, so look. Okay, so Vulcan is in the 8th house. It's in Taurus. Ah, shit. Let me go back. Let's go back to Sebastian's. Sebastian. Okay. So the 1143 is going to come. Vulcan is going to come and sit here. Okay. His everyday his everyday, his health, and there's going to be information that's going to be coming in about Sebastian. We are reflecting in the 11th house with home, attention, kids, school. But here's where I'm really excited because it's rising at a 2542 with Virgo, and it's descending at a 2542 in Pisces. There's going to be information that's going to be coming in about Sebastian, about his case. Maybe somebody will be live. I don't know, but I think that there's something else going on here. This is the degree in which Katie has. And so this is her magnetism. This is also the FBI. This 2542 is also found in other people's charts, right? But when it comes to Sebastian's case, the 2542 is showing up in Katie's chart, Terry Bowersock's chart, and the FBI. So it's how they connect to the FBI. There's going to be a reigniting of a flame that is going to oppose Chris Proudfoot with the FBI. We can see that this vertex, it's a 1616, and there's multiple states that have that. And that was in transit when Sebastian went missing. There's Katie too. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else for Sebastian here. See, this 1650 is, I'm pretty sure that is also in the Virgin Islands chart. I'll have to pull it up. Virgin Islands is big today. There's a breakup with communications with Virgin Islands today. And then Mars, look at that. Mars is going to come and activate this 1143 with the teacher. There's something that, there's things that he learns. There's a lot of things that he learns about home, about family, about genealogy that shakes him up, that he reflects on. This moon in Aries makes Sebastian want to be independent of his mother. Him and his mother could really butt heads. That's what that means. That's what that means. Jupiter is going to be making its way here. So Jupiter is coming to bring a lot of intensity. The law, contracts, long travels, things that we're going to learn. That's coming. That is no doubt coming. That 1829 is going to bring a lot of intensity with Sebastian. 6. And then, like I said, the lunar nodes, I mean, we're going to have this, Australia. She's going to come to that 456 and she's going to sit here 3 times this year. But so is the lunar nodes. Let's go ahead and look at that. I want to get that chart saved too, because there's so much that's happening with Sebastian's case this year. It looks like that's going to be Cruella this day on the 28th, but let's keep going. It's also going to be with the TBI. It looks like that they're really, really deep diving his case. There it is. Okay, so the lunar nodes are going to come. This is going to be interesting to deep dive. And that I will be doing. There's the lunar nodes. Let me just go on straight to the Virgin Islands here. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat, guys. Let me look at you, see if y'all are even paying attention to me. Are y'all good? Y'all good? Starting to rain now. I understand, Lindsay. Starting to rain. Starting to rain. Yep. We've had some heavy rain here, Jeff. Have had some heavy rain. Are we good? Okay. Okay. Hey, Debbie. Okay, here we go. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, all good. All right. Let's go to the Virgin Islands for a second. I just want to see if this 456 is going to have anything to do at all. Let's just play the tape through, going through all of that. Let's see. No, 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 no. I'm thinking of Mississippi. Maybe I'm thinking of, no, I'm thinking somewhere else. Anyway, let's look at this. Let me look. Well, Mercury is at a 2950, and that's Sebastian, but it's also it's other states, but it's also with California too. So that's interesting that Mercury is there with this fate. Ah, let me just look at it for a second. Pluto is going to be at the same degree in which it is right now, except Pluto is moving forward. Pluto is moving forward right now, but then Pluto is going to be in retrograde. This is going to be after all of that stationing and all of that. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, so what we're going to see, we do see the 357. So the 357 with the Virgin Islands. Okay, so the 357 is also found in two other charts having to do with this case. Okay, the 357 is also Crabtree, and the 357 is also Nina, face mom. So we have two people other than Virgin Islands that has that 357. And I've asked Crabtree when we were talking, I did ask him, hey, have you been there? And he was like, yeah. You can also see that the Virgin Islands also has the 428. So that means that the 428 that we were talking about that goes to Sebastian, his moon degree, that 428 that also goes to President Trump with his dark moon, that connects to Canada, and Gavin Newsom also connects to Virgin Islands. So Hygeia in Cancer has activated Virgin Islands, and it's about the third house of communications, and it's about money and courts and judges. And see this 440, that is what there's a breakup at Mitos. There's a breakup with Virgin Islands today, with courts, with communications, with attorneys and judges, okay? And immigration. That's a trip. So what else can we see with the Virgin Islands? We know that that's going to be taking place for sure. 134. So the 343, that's going to come to Donald Trump. The 344, 130. Okay, so 131, there's already been a breakup with the flame of life, with relationships. So we are looking a lot at the Virgin Islands on this day. This 357 is major. This 357, let me tell you something else. Who this is going to involve. Write this down, May 17th. This is a freaking big day. This is also, whoa, guys, this is also May 17th, Sunday, early morning Sunday. This is also going to involve Tommaso. It's also going to involve not just him. But Texas, New Mexico as well. This is so interesting too, is that this 355, so the 355, the 357 right here in the 8th house, and this is about hidden sex. This is also about abuse. It's a lot of warring here. The 355 is going to be in transit all day. This is a collective. Major transformation with Venus, with hidden money. things that are hidden on the island, kids, and the Virgin Islands with Mars. But guys, this is also that 357 also goes to Annie. No, 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 no. It goes to, I'm trying to think, Dominic, Tommaso's friend, and Savannah. Tommaso's friend Dominic and Savannah also connect to the Virgin Islands. So I see them in this chart as well. So it's a lot going on. There's going to be a shakeup with the relationship when it comes to Nina and Chris Proudfoot. Going to be a lot of disordered aggression with Crabtree on this day too. Lots of it. This is also Nina. She's going to be learning some things. So this is interesting to me. Jupiter is going to come to a 2128, and guys, that's going to oppose when we wake up Sunday. The 2128 is that's going to oppose the United States of America. That's going to oppose the United States. Well, let me look at this a little bit more. Because the lunar nodes is about things of the past. We're going to start out with Sebastian here. Huh. Go back to Sebastian's chart. See, his low point at home and his midheaven is going to be carrying fate. This is a fateful day with Sebastian on May 17th. This would be a week after Mother's Day, right? And Mother's Day the 10th. Interesting. So it's where we've been before. Where we've been before and where we're going is the lowest point where we're going. There's a fate here. We're going to have to watch this day. And look, the 1050 is also with Sebastian. It's communications with two people. So Hygeia in the fourth house of home is going to come to his Hygeia degree. This is Ohio. Ohio has that 1050, but it could be coming into when we wake up Sunday morning, it's going to come into that 1055. And the 1055 degree is the Pluto in the fourth house of the state of Tennessee's chart. And we can see that Saturn is at a 1053. I'm going to have to pull up, let's pull up, let's do this. Stephen Fisher, the PI. Let's see. Let's get him. I think I got another one. Yeah, let's get him at like 8 o'clock. Let's get him the evening, born in the evening. Let's see what this looks like with Steve Fisher on May 17th. This is the PI for Sebastian Rogers' step parents. And I want to say he has 1050s in his chart, possibly. He's got 1050s. He's got a weight. There's going to be a weight on him with relationships and the law. Lord. That's definitely going to be, because look, no matter what time he's born, Hades is a weight with money, weight with evidence, weight with resources, things that we own, things that we possess. So this is going to be a weight that's going to be magnetized with relationships, with justice and the law, contracts. Hmm. Let me see who else I can see. God, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. There's a weight on him on this day. Hold on. I think, of course, this could be going back and forth with all a bunch of stupid chatter. It could just be a bunch of stupid shit. I hope not, but it could be. Hmm. 1627. I'm just looking to see what else Mercury is going to come and shake him up. Something in the news, something online. He's going through a Chiron return. 2825, 2848. So Mars is going to be here. Mars is going to make contact there. Limits and obstacles, vehicle, home, the vehicle, the home. And of course, he's going through all that stuff with it, other cases. It just makes you wonder, is he still working on Sebastian's case? I don't know. The FBI and Craddock have a 2512. I think it's a 2512 that they have. There's going to be a lot of energy with it. This is early, early in the morning. So this is what I want to do. Because it's going to be left over from the day before, maybe. Let me see. Let me see it when we wake up. Because this is in the middle of the night. This is weird. Very weird. Let's get this. Let's get this to the 1055 with state of Tennessee right here. Right there. We're still here in the 456. Okay. Okay. This is where, okay, Sunday morning, 10:40 a.m. This is more like it. This is more like it. All of this is in the past. And there's that 2148 hidden at a home. Hidden at home. We've been here before with values, with money. Something begins and ends here with the law with Stephen Fisher. And then we have the dark moon. So now the dark moon is coming over Crabtree here in the fifth house, and he's reflecting. There's a reflection here. Could be about the courts. It could just be a bunch of stupid chatter. When Sebastian went missing, the 344 was in transit. It was a collective transit, and there was a lot of energy going down with Mexico, with Israel, with Trump. And that's what that energy is all about, is them. But it's always showing up with Sebastian's case too. So it does make me wonder if somebody close to him has that. So this is the state of Tennessee. This things of the past. And then the state of Tennessee is also here at the 1055. So this is definitely involving the state of Tennessee on May 17th. It's involving the state of Tennessee. Okay. This is definitely involving Tennessee with Sebastian's case. And hey, Uncle Taco, y'all be careful. Be careful. Yeah, I'm glad y'all got to see each other. Let's see what else. I'm going to have to look at a bunch of charts, and of course, I'm not going to do that on live, but I am going to be looking at this energy, because there's a lot that's taking place with Sebastian's case in May. A lot is taking place. a lot. And we are going to see a lot of energy, lots and lots of energy at this time that's going to come with Kathy Bowersox and her connection with the TBI. This is interesting. What's happening here is the divine justice is on her way. She is trucking. She is on her way to come into the same degree in which Terry Bowersox has with his disordered aggression. He's going to have a lot of aggression. Surprise, surprise, right? Hmm. I'm still looking for Sebastian though. Like I need more clues to help me find him and what happened to him. 528. Man, I want to find that one because that is shown up today and on the 17th. So there is a transformation here. 2536. I think Sebastian has a 2538. Let me look. But these 950s, that's Chris and Nina. Something going on with Chris and Nina. Let's see. And I wonder when let's see. Yeah, it's a 2538. Let me look at this to make sure I'm not missing anything. 2538. Okay, yeah. So, okay. So there's going to be a lot of emotions, a lot of anger with Sebastian, a lot of emotions, a lot of anger with home, a lot of disordered aggression with home, things that are taking place at home. Let's look at that. That's going to be on the 19th, it looks like. 2538. There it is, May 19th, 8:41, 8:40 a.m. That's a Tuesday. Yeah, and now on Tuesday, now we've got a major problem with the things of the past with Terry Bowersox. There it is. There it is, right there. Like shit stressing me out thinking about it. The lunar nodes of fate are coming down from a 449 going to the 448. That's Missouri. And then it'll come down to a 447. That'll be Seth. Interesting, interesting, interesting. 438. So we're already seeing shit going down with the CIA here. Mars is now in Taurus. Venus. And look at that. This is in the past when we're looking at this energy with Sebastian. This is in the past with home, with mom, with values and home health. Girl, you need to get to talking, honey. So let me think about this. We're coming into that 1650 again. $28. We're still, the 355 is still on Virgin Islands, but Vulcanus and Leo is now moved off of that 357 is now at a 358. 449. Limits and obstacles with Katie. Work. Her public image. And, it's like, uh, it's about things that passed at home with 2 people, ring cameras, communications. Jupiter is at a 2149 though. So when we wake up on Tuesday morning, Jupiter will have just come over that 2148 and made contact with Sebastian's third house of communications, that Neptune in Aquarius. So it's about the things that need to be dissolved with groups and the communications and the networking that was going on in the neighborhood. Okay. So now it almost looks like Jupiter is expanding. Jupiter is expanding, making it known. Like the law enforcement. This is a really good time to solve cases. Like it really is a really good time with Jupiter to solve cases. Um, so this is going to be a 24-hour transit. This isn't just, Eris isn't just going to come there and create a lot of instability with the things that are hidden and hidden sex at home and hidden sex at home. Let me go back to Terry's. Let me look at Terry's real quick. See what I'm not seeing, maybe. No, let's go to the 19th. Group daily, I'm confused too, honey. It's okay. Just stick in here with us. We'll try to get unconfused, okay? We'll try to, I don't know exactly what time he's born, but I do know that the dark moon for Terry Bowersox, his dark moon is in the 750s. Okay, this is in the morning. His dark moon is in the 750s and it's in Pisces. Okay, so what this means with Terry Bowersox, what I feel like this means with Terry Bowersox, okay, is that when he um went to his record a long time ago, he was cooking some stuff, okay? He was cooking some stuff. He was arrested, and I think that it was, thrown out, I don't know. But the things of the past is what so the dark moon, the white moon, the moon, they're all reflecting from things of the past that could have to do with mom, with home, with family, because the moon, that's what it represents. So if we're just talking about the moon, right? That's fourth house of Cancer, that's fourth house of home, Cancer. But when we talk about the dark moon and the white moon, Selena, this teacher with Sebastian, there's a teacher with Sebastian in the fourth house of home. Selena is there. She's the white moon. So there are reflections that are taking place with Terry Bowersox about things of the past, things of the past. And it could have to do with the record, what he did in the past with medicines, with cooking stuff. Okay. So we're going to see a lot of disordered aggression with Terry Bowersox. Will we see it? We may see it on something like Facebook or something like that. I would love to see it in the news, but it's probably not going to happen like that. But there is a lot that is taking place with Sebastian in the month of May that I'm not confused about. There's a lot of things that are going to be taking place with the state of Tennessee. I'm not confused about that either. 1055 degree is the state of Tennessee, and it's their Pluto in Pisces. Okay. So it's a lot of transformation with, could have to do with our government, could have to do with our law enforcement, laws, laws here in the state of Tennessee. There could also be, I'm seeing attorneys too. There could also be something happening with an attorney because it wouldn't be with Terry Bowersox. And I don't know who it would actually be with, but it does appear that there could be some attorneys involved here. We know that the, injunction and all that stuff that's going on with Granny's Watching and Tony Mathis, RIP Tony. We know that all that stuff is still, trying to resolve itself. And I don't keep up with anything like that. It takes away my focus for Sebastian, so I really don't keep up with that. I don't want to. It's not of any interest to me whatsoever. I could care less about any of that stupid shit. All I want to do is just find Sebastian, find clues that can help me find him. And this month, that is the end of April and the whole month of May seems to be really intense with Sebastian's case. And it's almost like there is this low point that he is having, that he has had at home. There isn't justice. There is some type of justice that's coming on Sebastian. So let's say he's at a home somewhere. It could be that wherever he's at, this low point could have to do with hospitals, sickness, not feeling good. It could have to do with people in his family that have been to prison or that have a past. And, like his mother's mom. It could be all kinds of different ways that this can express itself. But that 456, when it comes to the end, May 17th and then May 19th, we are going to see the axis of that low point. Now we actually get to see the south node and where Sebastian's been. And if we were to look at the map with Sebastian, it's going to go south. It's going to go north and south. It's going to go like Portland, White House. That's going to be the lowest point going that way into like, say, Kentucky and Indiana, Illinois, maybe even. And then we're going to go south. We're going to go like toward Alabama, Gulf Shores, so we're going to be going south on the map. And then, of course, we've got all kinds of, when the lunar nodes of fate come over that 456, we have to see, as an astrologer that maps the missing, I have to see, okay, the 456, that's hitting Sebastian. There's a major fate that's taking place. Okay, what about the aspects? What are the aspects in the chart with the lunar nodes? Where are the squares? Where's the sextiles? Where's the trines? And then we look at that on the map too. And that's going to take a lot of investigative time. It's not like I can just be like, oh, this is what is going on. I have to look at the map. And then I also have to match it with the degrees in which the people in his life have. But I can definitely guarantee you that there are things that are taking place with the law enforcement. And I think that they're going back, they're looking at things. They could be, they could have gotten a lead. They could have gotten a secret hit that we know nothing about that could have to do with the Virgin Islands, because we know that they went to the Virgin Islands. And it could be something that took place in the Virgin Islands that, there's going to be this reflection on with Terry Bowersox. I don't know. I just really don't know. So let's go back and look and see the aspects with the lunar nodes of fate, because whatever has taken place with Sebastian during this time that's fated, literally fated, the lunar nodes of fate. This is going to tell us a little bit about possibly it's going to tell us what it is that we could be looking at even more so. Because, we got the state of Tennessee here, the 9th house of Pisces. And then we've got the state of Tennessee. I mean, that's Saturn. There's a slowdown. There's a slowdown here. Things of the past. There's things of the past with health that have taken place possibly Saturday night, early, Sunday morning. There's something that was taking place here. The state of Tennessee that could be going back to the Virgin Islands as well. We just don't know. Okay, so we look at the lunar nodes. All right, now it's squaring the moon. So it's going to square the moon. There's the moon. The moon is in Gemini. That's going to be 2. It's going to be communication. It's going to be the 11th house. That's about groups. It's about the future. It's about networking. That's us. That's we, the people. So it's squaring the moon. So there's a challenge with things of the past with the ring camera, with 2 people, with communications. There's also a square with Mercury. So now we're seeing a square with Mercury. Mercury is at a 0028. Let's see. And look at that. We are in a conjunction with Uranus. The sun is about to come to Sebastian's descendant. So the sun is going to be conjunct. And it's about things that he owns. It's about money. It's about resources. It's about land. And again, this 2520, that's coming to Kathy Bowersox. That is definitely coming to Kathy Bowersox. There's going to be a lot of energy going to her Jupiter. Is she going back? Is she going to be going back? There's a lot of money here. Maybe we're flying. Maybe she's getting locked up. I don't know. But there's also going to be a square to Mercury. And that's, we could look at Mercury and go, oh, that's the kid. That's Sebastian. Sometimes people think that, if they're talking about cases in forensic astrology, they'll look at Mercury and they'll go, oh, that's Sebastian, or they'll look at the moon and, oh, that's Sebastian. This 0028 for me it's about the media. Anything having to do with the media. Okay, so that's going to be a square. Again, this is in the 10th house and it's in Gemini. So again, we could be talking about the communications, the networking, the ring cameras. The destiny is definitely in a good standing with Venus. Venus. Now we're talking. This 2820, that is going on the map. It's going to go east. So we're going to go right over Worshams. I want to see the FBI with this one. I want to see the FBI and see if they're going to be connecting to this Venus. Because I kind of think that they are. I think that they are going to be connecting to this Venus. Okay. It's in a good state with Venus. I love it. And it is. It says destiny plays a role when it comes to your relationships with women. Women. So we're also going to be seeing a square with Uranus. It's going to shake things up with the communications with possibly something else here. Maybe maybe they're going to find something that they didn't see before. Let me look at the FBI with that 2820 in Gemini. Let's see, 2820 in Gemini, because the kind of things that they do and they don't, damn it. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. FBI. They got a 25. Who has that 28 degree? Secret Service. Could be the Secret Service then. Because if the Secret Service was on, if they were looking, yeah, okay. But it's not in Gemini. They've got the 28s. Okay, but not in Gemini. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see. See, the Secret Service, they connect to Katie here. And this is in transit all day today, okay? It's about the home and things that have taken place in the past with a kid. And it's about the everyday and in the future, understanding a lot more that would have taken place, especially with any type of technology, okay? Any type of different technology that they're using. This 1357 it's in the same degree and the same sign that Kathy Bowersox has. So I know that the Secret Service is also a part of this case with Sebastian. Okay. Hands down, I know it. There's no doubt about it in my mind that they work on Sebastian's case with the FBI and with Eric Craddock. Okay. Let me go back and I want to show you something. Let's see. No matter what time Katie is born, she has a magnetism that's a 2542. And that magnetism that's a 2542 magnetizes her to the FBI. The FBI is on this big time, okay, with her son. And she has this 1104 in her chart. And it's was said that it's about betrayal, it's about money and values, evidence, right? The 1104, that's where she is connecting with the Secret Service, okay? So we connect through degrees in charts. Okay? So that's that. Terry Bowersox, on the other hand, no matter what time he's born, he connects to the FBI in a way that um, he connects to the FBI no matter what time he's born through Aries. So he is connecting, they descend with him. They descend with him and warring. So I don't trust this connection with Terry Bowersox with the FBI. Terry Bowersox also has a major transformation when it comes to children and California. Terry Bowersox and California connect in a really big way. And he is transformed actually by California and a lot of attention, especially with children. And his son doesn't have that. So his son doesn't, his son lives in Kentucky. His son doesn't live in. And I would say that he and his wife both have a 1512 in their chart. And so when I watch that 1512, I always know that they are coming into transit, even though I've got this birth time at 8 o'clock in the morning. I think he's born later. I think he has lunar nodes that are 1512. I've seen it enough to know, but yeah. So when we look at these, these degrees and everything, this is what I map. This is what I use to map Sebastian onto the terrain. So if we look at Sebastian's map, let's go to Scribble Maps. And let's look at this Gemini energy because that is where Venus is. That's where she's coming to help us out with whatever fate that this is taking place with Sebastian on the 19th of May. Like I said, May is just full of all kinds of, it's like a seesaw. I mean, I'm looking at so many charts, it's hard to keep up with. But at the same time, if we look at Sebastian, let's look at Sebastian from the Roadhouse. Okay. It's like, which chart do we look at? Did he make it home? Did he not? Did he make it home? Did he not? If we look at the one from the Roadhouse, things are quite a bit different, right? Things are going to be a lot different from the Roadhouse, especially if we're going east and west. North and south is kind of the same, but if we go, this is where we're going to see. So the 60, the 60, 70, 88, 60, 70, 80. This is where we want to be, 80. What was it? 88 right here. It's going to be right here. Okay, this green line. That's where we want to look because that's where Venus is going to be. So Venus is going to, no, that's Cancer. It's going to be right here. A medium here. Okay. Jesus Christ, help us, God. All right. Help us. 2820. Let's go back because this is where we're going to see the natal shit. Let's see. May 19th. Let's go back. I want to get it to Sebastian. So the Venus is going to be right there. And this is where you're seeing me say, I meet him here. It's going to be this time, right here. Sunday in the middle of the night again. Jesus. Why is this taking place in the middle of the night? It's going to be taking place in the middle of the night. In the 5th house of kids, communications. Okay. Venus. Let's look at her. Squaring Neptune and squaring Vesta. I don't like that. Okay. So squaring Vesta, which is the flame of life, and Neptune here at a 343. So there's a square here with the energy going toward the north, the 1 and the 3. Okay, let's take this off. Let's just take all of this off. And let's just leave nothing but this. And 1, 3. Let me turn this off because this is going to be the challenge. Looks like that we're facing here. What is going on here? This is if he left the roadhouse. Okay, this is 3. Oh shit, what am I doing? Looking at the wrong Baron here. Okay, here we go. This is what's going to be challenging. And I mean, he does. What am I doing? I mean, Jesus, it's going to be his moon. That's his moon. Okay, let's go back to Sebastian's chart. And let's look at this because I feel like this is 2751. This is where Venus is coming to. It's all the weight, other people's money, hidden sex, and then the moon. He's got the square with the Aries and the Libra. It's sextile on Venus. Makes no sense. That was in the Mercury. Hey, Cajun. So forgive me as I'm not knowledgeable about this, how it works. Can you, from this, tell or certain if someone linked to Sebastian's case will have a change of mind and come forward with information? That's what I'm always hoping. I'm always hoping that. I'm always hoping that. Maybe they will pick all their ass up and Sebastian will be brought home, girl. That's what I'm saying. I mean, whoever it is, just, bring him. We want some justice. We just need some justice here. We can't keep going like this. We just can't keep going like this. I mean, we just can't. And I say we, and he's not my son. He's Seth's son. Seth can't keep going. He just cannot keep going like this. We have to have some type of resolve with this case. Some type of resolve. So when we look at this 2751 with Venus that's coming on the early morning hours, I'm just wondering, okay, so if we look at this with Sebastian's chart, we're going to bring it on, we're just going to bring it on here. Let's see, natal. Let's bring all of this back to the natal here. And this is leaving from the roadhouse, right? Because we don't know. We're all confused. We don't know our ass from a hole in the ground because nothing has been really, what is that? I don't know why I got the Church of Christ on here. Maybe it's just something that I was looking at. Okay. But it's right here. I meet him here. And we've looked at this a bunch. The opposition for Sebastian is the media. It's going to be, where's this Mercury? Do I have it on a lockdown or what? Because I know I got his Mercury here. Natal Mars. Okay. There it is, right there. So it's these two that are in opposition. We're going toward Ashland City. We're going toward Van Leer. We're going north of Memphis. Hold on, let me keep going. Because this is the Mercury. Fort Smith, Van Buren, Oklahoma City. Oklahoma. I mean, we could keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could keep on going. Arizona. I mean, we're going into Arizona as well. So let's look at that. And then, because this is what's going to oppose Venus. But this energy right here is going to be in a good standing with the lunar nose of fate that's coming on May 19th. So I'm just looking. That's going to go toward Livingston, Greenville, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, and then all the way to Chesapeake. All the way to Chesapeake, Virginia. Chesapeake, Virginia. There's the Hughes Center. I've got the fleet. I got one of their friends, but that's not hitting the line like I would want. There's General Proudfoot. Let me see. Let me go in here. There's the missing Pluto. Hold on just a second. Let me take this person's let me get it to where I can show it. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on just a second. Let me get that where I can show you who is here. Who I think is here. Okay. Who I think is here. Not sure. Okay. Shit. This person, their name is Rebecca Beasley. But I don't see any of the let's see. This is a 00 in Cancer. 00 in Cancer. And that is where she is going to come to, right? She's going to come there. Venus is going to come to that 00 in Cancer on the map right after that. So she's going to go critical in Gemini with There she goes. And the moon. So the moon and wow, look at that. The moon and Venus are going to conjunct right there. And this is where I want to see. And then that 1104 is going to come to Katie. Okay. And the Secret Service. Okay. Okay. So I'm saying all of this to say that I don't see, so the FBI, this is a 00 Cancer. And if we look at, say, like the Secret Service, if we're looking for a law enforcement officer or, I mean, an agency to be able to pick this up, and there is, some type of, they do have a Secret Service does have a 0030. There it is. They do have, the Secret Service does have a shakeup. I like that. So the Secret Service is definitely going to be there, guys. They're definitely going to be there. Let's look at the FBI. They have a 3, so the lunar node is going to be right there. It's going to be pretty close by that 3-degree in the 9th house. So they would be there. They would be right there. Let's look at the let's look at Eric Craddock. See if I can tell if he has any type of, or even Simmons. Let's see. He has a 6. Eric Craddock has a 6. I don't know if he would have an outer will that's a 00, but he has a 6. That's not going to be, it's going to be a little further south. Okay. All right, let's look at Simmons. I mean, I'm hopeful, guys. I'm always hopeful and always get shot down. Yes, guys, please hit the thumbs up. I mean, you're not going to find this work anywhere else. I mean, I know that you don't, a lot of you probably don't even understand what the hell I'm doing, and it's okay. We're just, we're looking at this together. He could have a 00. We just don't know. We just have no idea. Just don't know. Let's see. But the Secret Service is going to be right there. Rebecca. I don't know if she still lives there or not. I don't know. I don't even know who this is. Evidently, I don't have her. Evidently, I don't have her birthday. So I'm going to look for her birthday, right? I'm going to look for her birthday because you just never know. You just never know, guys. Just never know. Just never know. Shanna, thank you so much, sweetheart. Y'all, if you received a membership, please say thank you. So sweet of you, babe. Thank you. Welcome to the Watchers, guys. Welcome to the Watchers, where we watch our reality and we observe. We're not trying to fix, manage, control nothing. We're just trying to let it evolve and notice the patterns. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Y'all are so good. Y'all are just so sweet. Thank you so much. You're very generous, babe. A lot of you guys are just so generous here. I just can't, it's hard to wrap my mind around humanity being so good because there's so much negativity out here in the world. It's great to see good people. Thank you again, Shanna. And if you guys don't know who Shanna is, Shanna drives a rig, and she has bought her own magnets, and they go on the sides of her rig, and she is constantly advertising the fact that Sebastian's missing, and you just never know. It could be those magnets that bring him home. We just never know. All right, so as far as Rebecca goes, I'm going to have to look for her. I'm going to have to look for her birthday to see if, if she's coming up in the transits and I just didn't know it. I think that it's a beautiful thing to see the Secret Service They're going right there. And we also have to take into consideration that the moon is going to go over the Secret Service. The moon is going to be conjunct in conversation with Venus. Venus for a agency is going to be about evidence, money, you know. So hopefully it's not just going to be about, Trump and any type of bullshit. Maybe it's going to be something really cool. Hopefully, you just never know. But I started this live and I was really going to just be talking about the ships at sea, the things that are going on in the world, all the things that I'm seeing that are coming up, like today. Today, Hillary Clinton, Michael Feldman, they're in transit today, all day, today and tomorrow. I talked about this on one of my last lives. The 24th and the 25th are days that we are watching Hillary Clinton and Mike Feldman and their relationship having to do with family and home. And we do know that Mike Feldman's mother-in-law is missing. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting that they keep coming up. This weight of Hades keeps coming up. The last time that it came up, they were in court. What it is today, I don't know. So if you guys happen to know, or after this live is over, let me know in the comments, because I would love to know what is going on with them today. Because there's a weight. It's a huge weight that is weighing them down. And it has to do with loyalty and home and family. But it's both of them. They share the same degree. The same degree. And it seems like one of you guys shares this degree too. And I don't know if it's you, Shanna, or if it was somebody else shares this weight too. I want to say it was you, Shanna, but I don't remember. You may remember. Okay, so let's get back to the astrology here. Let's get back. And I will look for Rebecca. Okay, I'm going to look for Rebecca. I'm looking at several people right now, not just the Bowersox, not just the Bowersox, not just the Proudfits. I'm looking at quite a few people. What I want to see here too is I want to see what this 2555. This is definitely on the 18th. This is definitely the FBI. Okay, there's going to be a lot of energy with the FBI and Donald Trump and King Charles. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We just have no idea. Okay, so if we move right along, I want to see what the sun, no, what Ceres is going to do. Ceres is going to come to that 2656. And let me tell you something else. This degree Homeland Security has that connects to Sebastian. There is going to be a lot of emotions on the 21st with Sebastian's case too. Right here, right there. On the morning of the 21st, interesting. Okay, so on the morning of the 21st, we're going to see Ceres, lots of directed energy, lot of energy. Okay, there's a lot of energy here with anything pastoral, like church-wise, like a church camp. There's a lot of energy that is going to Sebastian's descendant and the ascendant of Maryland. Maryland and Sebastian share degrees with their ascendant and descendant. I can see Seth there's going to be expansion with me and Seth Thursday morning. The moon again is now again in Leo. And look at that. The 355 is at a station. We know that the 355 is going to where? Virgin Islands. Katie has the 1425. That's definitely going to be coming into transit with a lot of weight of family and home. We're going to see Selena Go to Sebastian's 931 with his series. So we're going to learn something. We're going to be learning some things with Sebastian's case on the 22nd. He's going to be learning 439. Hmm. I see that barbecue bitch. Excuse my language, guys. I see her with this too. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to be thinking about this one. But the whole month of May, it just looks like it's just throwing up on itself with Sebastian's case. And I really do hope and pray that this is going to be something a lot that's going to deliver some type of clarity, right? Some type of clarity here. The dark moon, 1710. It's going to be a big day. So look, May 22nd, Sebastian, I see him. I see Virgin Islands. I see the FBI, Secret Service, Dominic. And I also see things going on with the BTK dude with a lot of disordered aggression, a lot of things from the past. I'm pretty sure that he has that in his chart too. Dominic. I'm seeing Dominic again. I'm thinking that they're going to be blaming things on Dominic. I feel like that's where we're going with Nancy Guthrie's case. Like we're going to be blaming shit on him. It seems like it anyway. This is definitely a Dominic FBI Secret Service type of day. Let's go back and look. The 1710 with the Secret Service. Let's see if they've got it. See if I remember correctly, because this is gonna fall onto them. Nope, they have a 1707. So it'll hit them first. It'll hit them and then it's going to hit the FBI. So the 1710 is going to it'll hit the Secret Service, then okay, let's look at the CIA. Because CIA, y'all already know. I mean, you should know these agencies. You hope that they do good on your kid's case and shit like that. But I mean, it's like they're all cartels. They're all cartels. Oh, it's the CIA. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So as you can see, the 1710 with the CIA, the 1710 with the FBI, the CIA, there's the 1712 is going to be with a relationship. And it's going to be about the people that they are dealing with, the dealers, okay? The cartel running, the people that the CIA, there's a lot of undercover shit going down. So we're going to see the CIA in a big way. In a big way. All of our agencies and the CIA for sure. And then the CIA is going to really culminate with them because they have a relationship. And it's going to be reflecting and it's going to be opposing the two that died. So we're going to be looking back in reflection and talking about the two that were killed on May 22nd. That's wild. That is wild. Look at that. The flame of life is at a 355. We know that the 355 is going to the hmm. It's going to the Virgin Islands. And all of this all of this energy that's going to Virgin Islands, it's like, okay, is that where Sebastian's at? Is that where he's at, guys? um, so let's take this off. This is from the Roadhouse. The way Sebastian shines with long travels is in good standing with where he's been before. But has he been there before? Like, has he been to the islands before? There is definitely a divine justice with the FBI here, with the expansion about kids, but which I mean, this isn't going. Okay, this is not this chart. I mean, this map. You can be like, well, well, Jen, that's the things that's going down with the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico. The DA is also here, DA Dean. This isn't Whitley, this is Dean. And it's a good angle to find Sebastian on publicity school. We've been here before. So I don't think that Sebastian's been there before, but I don't know. Values are compromised with Texana. I could keep on going. I could just keep on going. Yeah, so how's it going? How is this energy going? Because it's just now started. It starts today and tomorrow. So you'll have to let me know. You'll have to keep me posted how this is working out. Today and tomorrow. You'll have to let me know. All right, guys, I've been on here for an hour and a half, and I just wanted to come on here and just be like, we're back into the astrology. I'm trying, to just stop thinking about all this stuff and worrying about everybody and how they're doing and their emotions, and just trying to be here for my friends. Tony and it's not like we were, super close, but we weren't strangers either. We did talk and we did text, and it's just, it's a hard hit. No matter what anybody thought. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. And you can always find common ground with somebody like that. He had a lot of people at his funeral, at his service. So it was just, it's just been a crazy week, been a crazy week. And I would love to read cards. I would love to read these cards. And speaking of cards, any of the members that have the membership where they can get a cross of truth, all you got to do, let's do it. Let's do it. I will give you a cross of truth. Email me. Say, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, Jen. Give me that cross of truth. And that, that will, because I do love the crosses. I do love to read a cross of truth. And it's not something that I can really, I could read the cross, right? I could read the cross on here, but it's not the same thing as just doing a one-on-one cross where it's more intimate. It's just more revealing, where you just have that, you have it. You have it. You don't have to go back and you don't have to look at a recording. So a cross of truth is 5 cards from the tarot deck, from my original, first ever, many years old tarot deck. And I just love to be able to connect with it and connect with you guys. So if you have a membership, if you are overdue for a cross of truth, just let me know you're ready. Just let me know you're ready. All right. Let me know. Hey, Michelle, good to see you, babe. Good to see you. I was going to be talking about, the world astrology and stuff. And then Sebastian's, that started taking over. So, we went that way. We went to Sebastian Rogers' case. But the things that I'm seeing coming for all of that with the Virgin Islands is surreal. It's not going away. And it just so happens to be that Sebastian's in transit a lot during that time. So it's hard to differentiate, but I'm going to look at this Rebecca chick. I'm going to see if I can find who she is. I don't even know where she come from. Look at her on the other map. See if I have her on the other map. And that's the thing about having these 2 maps. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on the first map, that's not on the second. I got a lot of things on the second map of Sebastian's from leaving the Texas Roadhouse that I don't have on the first one. It's just, it's a lot of, work, but gonna get it done. Gonna get her done. Anyways, thank you guys for being here with me. May come back on later. You just never know. Maybe read some cards later and get into some divining with cards, with the oracle cards. I've got this new one that Shauna sent. It's a white light oracle, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So we may have to do that. Oh, Shanna, thank you. Thank you, babe. Thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I don't know why you sent it, but I thank you. I appreciate it. And I want you to keep me posted on what's going on with you today and tomorrow. That way, you know, this is how we learn. That's how we learn astrology. All right, guys. Until next time, peace out. Love ya.